Okay, this is the fourth tutorial, which continues at the point after we have done the automated reconstruction, and it will be about editing the mistakes that the automated reconstruction made. First thing is to occasionally do a save. Save your workspace if you want. For example, you can save this one as the second workspace. This is quite a large file because it also saves the image stack at a time. So we can also save the individual trees one by one. So save the active tree here in the trees menu. And that's an MTR file, it's in the trees toolbox on format. So you can call it the MST tree, grown by the MST algorithm. So the red tree panel here is full of little functions to edit the tree at the global level or at the local level, manually or non-manually. For example, one thing that is helpful after having done this automated reconstruction is to clean all the pieces that are all the branches that are too small, unlikely branches, and this clean button here again has one parameter, which in this case is in micrometers. The pieces that will be smaller than these 10 micrometers, for example, we can get rid of. We can press this button and then it gets rid of all the small pieces, segments here that were too much, and we can do that several times in a row. Then we can smooth the tree, for example, with this smooth button, which has a smoothing strength parameter and a number of iterations. We might just make one smoothing iteration, and when I press this button it smooths clearly the segments here of the tree. Another thing that's helpful is in some cases is to resample the tree. That means that all the individual nodes are rearranged on the morphology so that they are equidistant, and in this case about 2 micrometers away from each other. I can press this button, you see now that they're more regularly arranged. Any moment, so for example this one long piece has become a lot of small pieces, and we can always undo. This is the undo control, or of course Control Z on the keyboard does that as well. And by the way, down here is the tree folder structure. We see that there is one folder containing one tree, and if I press this MST button again, which would grow again tree onto the carry points we had before, then it will create a second folder with another tree. This is the new reconstruction, which we should give another name. We can clear this, and then we see we have again this the tree that we had before. So also for the diameter, there are some automated global functions. For example, we can map quadratic diameter decay. The quadratic diameter taper has 2 parameters, one which is a slope and one is the offset, let's say. You can just press on this button to see what it does. Okay, so the 2 parameters were obviously a little bit too large, so the second one here is basically the diameter of the termination points. We can, for example, try it with 1, maybe even smaller, 0.5, and then this slope seems to be also a little bit too strong, because here the diameter is a bit too large. So we can go down to 0.2. And then we can also map a soma diameter, which is mapped onto the root of the reconstruction, this case the parameters were a little bit too large again, so I can undo and then set these a little bit smaller. I don't know, 30 maybe. Okay, I can play around with that, maybe 35. And undo, and then voila. Okay, I can also show this tree in full cylinder mode by clicking the red radio buttons here. Have a look at what they mean, and adding some sunshine, and you see what the reconstruction is about. And the next tutorial is then about the manual editing, because there are still a lot of major and also smaller mistakes.